What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the debut album from the band Trench Warfare, entitled Hatred Prayer. This is released on Transcending Obscurity Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Midland in Austin, Texas, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very fast, aggressive, blasphemous hybrid of both death metal and black metal. Yeah. I've been keeping my eyes on this Trench Warfare band for quite some time, and I think it's pretty damn awesome to see how far they've flourished and progressed as a band. From putting out a really killer demo back in 2015 called Perversion Warfare, to slowly but surely get into the midst of playing live shows. This band has a very aggressive amount of intensity to them, in terms of riffs, in terms of drumming styles, in terms of vocal stylings, and in terms of visual and lyrical content. Trench Warfare is a total package sort of band. Very impressive stuff, and I've had the privilege of getting to see this band play live and get to hear them continuously write good music and get better. But now all of this culmination has come forward in the form of their debut full-length entitled Hatred Prayer. It's 12 tracks and it clocks in at around 33 minutes in length, and this is a pretty short and sweet listening experience. But once you get into listening to this album, you can hear this band's wide multitude of musical influences showcase itself very nicely here, and I definitely would consider this to be one of the more stronger debut albums to come out in 2019 so far. Musically, this is an absolutely monstrous record. I hear a lot of influences being used throughout this album. One thing that I really feel like I notice is a heavy amount of war metal and grindcore sort of influences. I mean, think if you will to the early stages of Napalm Death when Barney joined the band, or when Jesse Pintado joined the band. I'm definitely getting a lot of those early 90s Napalm Death influence vibes when it comes to how quick some of these songs are and how fast and articulate some of these riffs are. And these riffs are fantastic. I love the guitar work being done throughout this entire record, from the riffs to how frenetic everything sounds, to the dive bomb parts, to the soloing. It's just really killer guitar work being done here throughout this album. Listening to songs like Decimate Legions, Barbarous Temperament, Evil Shall Triumph, Blood Cleansing, you just get a lot of detailed and well-established guitar riffs being done here, and that is what makes an album like Hatred Prayer sound so sick and sound so meticulous and crafty. I really love that about this album. This album has a good bass tone going for it too. If I'm not mistaken, on this album, the guy who does the guitar also does the bass work here, and I think he does a pretty steady job of handling both guitar and bass work here, giving everything a nice ebb and flow sort of balance. But the real main story to take away from Hatred Prayer is this guitar work. It is sensational, and really it catches your ear, and it just won't let go of you. It's that infectious. The drumming on here is also very awesome. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm getting that little bit of a grindcore sort of feel going for it, because when you think about war metal orientated stuff, you can't help but feel that it has some sort of influence on grindcore. Grindcore doesn't have some sort of an influence on it, but I do feel that this drum performance sounds really awesome. I love the blast beats, I love the fills, I love the energy, the intensity. It's just a really solid and hard-working drum performance, especially for the pace of how quick this album is. It goes by very well, and it's very entertaining to listen to. Never a dull moment when it comes to this drum performance. And when it comes to the vocals, that's another thing I really enjoy about Trench Warfare's musical style, is this vocal style, and seeing this vocal style evolve from the first demo to the split release and then to Hatred Prayer is really cool. Really gravelly, very raw, very throaty sort of vocals. Definitely well established, well worded, and well executed, and I really appreciate the vocals being done here for this record. It is really awesome, especially for some of the for some of the lengthier tracks and some of the more harder hitting sort of moments on this record. It is just so badass. So overall, this is definitely going to be something that appeals to black and death metal fans, to war metal fans. If you're into blasphemous extreme metal, Trench Warfare is a band to be paying attention to. This band still has a lot more to get done and get accomplished, and I cannot wait to see them succeed and get better and stronger. So if I had to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Decimate Legions, Barbarous Temperament, Evil Shall Triumph, Behead Muhammad, and the title track at the end is very good too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you some links to some songs that are currently available for streaming on YouTube. I will also leave you a link to the Transcending Obscurity website where you can purchase physical copies. To the best of my knowledge, this album will be available physically as a digipack CD with there's also a special edition with a sticker, a guitar pick, or gold embossment, some autographs. They're just the usual bells and whistles that you would normally get from Transcending Obscurity. I believe they have those packages available too. Yeah, and I believe the band will have copies once this album is fully available to listen to. This album will be available officially on August the 9th, so in a way this is an early review, but I wanted to make sure that everyone knew about what Trench Warfare was all about and how great this album is. So, again, the album is Hatred Prayer by Trench Warfare. This is released on Transcending Obscurity Records. This will be available officially on August 9th. Definitely check this one out and pick up a copy when it comes out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Very, very killer debut full-length album. If you happen to have heard anything of Trench Warfare, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, Armijo out.